1.1 is slowly meeting its end. Yes, guys. After the release of Child and Zhongli, we are awaited to get 1.2 before this year ends, guys. December the 23rd, I believe, or somewhere in December ahead of this, right? We are getting 1.2, and we may have the actual banners that are going to be in 1.2 in order. So, guys, y'all want to know this cool information? Y'all want to see these cool characters? Y'all want to see whether you should summon or not? Go ahead and watch this video. But before you do, smash that subscribe button down below. Join the subscribers on the grind to 1,400. We are almost there already, guys. You guys are amazing, and I just want to let you know I love y'all and thank y'all for all the recent support. And also, if you're going to enjoy this video, go ahead and smash the like button down below. But alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Shout out to Neptune, guys. Y'all already know they the GOAT. But anyway, we have the leaks for patch 1.2 or the next banners in order. This is a speculation. This is something like, basically, don't take this with a grain of salt, okay? Because it may change, as you can see. Be aware things may change, right? So I want to talk, right? We have in 1.2, y'all already know Albedo and Ganyu were widely, spread. We know that they're going to be the guaranteed 5 stars in 1.2, basically, right? But who was going to be their featured 4 stars is the question. Well, guys, we have right here, I don't know if it goes in this order, but the first banner, 1.2, December the 23rd, which as soon as the update 1.2 launches, just like update 1.1, they launch the summon. They launch the summons, and then they wait for like a month to launch the next ones, just like they did Child and Zhongli. So we have first banner 1.2, December the 23rd. We're going to be getting Albedo. If you don't know, he's a Geo character that we will be going over shortly, right? And then we'll also be getting Rosaria, okay? Rosaria, okay? So this is a cryo pole arm user. So this is her model. This is what she looks like. She looks kind of sick. I've never seen anybody with a character design like that. But anyway, we don't really have that much information on her. But I will say that on the website that features the unreleased characters and their information, they're slowly building up Rosaria's information and whatnot. They still have to gather information about the character and whatnot, but right now we don't know too much about her, but we do know that she is a cryo pole arm user. Okay, so that's really cool. We're getting more pole arms in 1.2, and I feel like that's really cool because we don't have a lot. We only have Zhongli and Jinlang, and that's it, right? Yeah, Zhongli and Jinlang. That's all the pole arms we have in the game right now. So putting more pole arms in the game will be so much better because we don't have a lot. We don't have as many as we have, claymores or swords, or catalysts. But like now they're adding a lot of these pole arm users, especially in 1.2. So now we have the second banner, which will be featured 1.2 January 13th, which is like 18 to 17 days from after Albedo's banner, just like they did Child and then Zhongli 18 days after. We have Ganyu, which everybody is ready to simp for. I know you guys were ready for her to be the very first summon of 1.2. Sadly, she's not. They saved the best for last. So we're gonna go over Ganyu really soon. This is Ganyu's model. This is how she looks. She looks insane. She's absolutely beautiful. She's like a demi-human. She's mixed with I think it's like a Adepti, and then she's mixed with human or something like that, right? So she's really cool. And then another thing on Ganyu's banner, most likely, take this with an assault, the 4-star that will be featured is Hu Tao. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, let me know. So it's like Hu Tao, and this is another pole arm user, except this time instead of cryo, this is a pyro pole arm user. Now that is really cool because the only pyro pole arm user we have in the game is Jinlang, and she's not the best. She can be used for support and whatnot, but she's not the best. I mean, she also can use DPS, but like I said, this is going to change the game. She looks really insane. This character model is insane. So is Rosaria. These 4-stars, thank God they're pole arms because, like, we need more pole arms. We've been getting so many claymores, man. But anyway, guys, this is really what we're getting for 1.2. This is all set in stone, basically. So every update, I believe, what's going to happen is like how we had in 1.1, we got 4 new characters, and 1.2 we're getting 4 new characters, and then 1.3 4 new, and then 1.4 4 new. I think they're going to do it like that. They're not going to release like widespread characters in one update, like more than 4 characters. So these are probably most likely our 4 characters that we are getting in 1.2. Well, GANYU and Albedo are guaranteed. It's just the 4 stars that are, you know, may change. But Hu Tao and Rosaria being the 4-star featured units will be really good, because like I said, we don't have enough pole arms in this game, and pole arm is actually a really good weapon. I like pole arm. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and go over Albedo and GANYU and see whether you should summon or not, or whether you should save. Alright guys, here we have GANYU. Y'all already know this is the one everybody's about to simp for. I'm not gonna lie, she looks very, very amazing. Like, those little horns are like so clean, bro. And the hair color, it's just amazing, right? As you know, she is a cryo and as well as a bow user. Now, everybody was speculating whether she was really a bow user or a catalyst user, but it was basically, you know, confirmed that she was a bow user because of her attacks. We're going to show some gameplay of GANYU like soon, but not right now. Probably after we describe this character. So yeah, she is a bow cryo user. She is similar to Amber. She's like a cryo Amber 5-star character, but better. So we have her normal attacks. You already know, 6 consecutive shots with the bow, and you can perform an aimed shot and whatnot. The charge level 1 fires off an icy arrow that deals cryo damage, and charge level 2 fires off a frost flake arrow that deals cryo damage. The frost flake arrow blooms after hitting the target, dealing AoE cryo damage, which is kind of crazy because I've never heard of anything like that on a bow charged attack, right? So we also have her elemental skill, which is called Trail of the Keelin, right? Leaves a single Ice Lotus behind. GANYU dashes backwards, shunning all impurity and dealing AoE cryo damage, right? So the Ice Lotus continuously taunts surrounding enemies, attracting them to attack it. And the endurance scales off of GANYU's max HP. You don't need to focus her on HP if you're thinking about her build. I will make a video on her build. You really don't need to focus her on too much HP for this. But just know that having a little bit of HP, like on substats and whatnot, is okay, right? So it also has blooms profusively when destroyed or once its duration ends, dealing AoE cryo damage. This is similar to Amber's E skill as well, because she throws out her little thing, her little bouncy not the bouncy bunny, but the little bunny, and it just like, it taunts your enemies and then, you know, continuously does some damage to them, and then boom, once it breaks, it blows up and deals AoE pyro damage, right? So this is similar, just like, literally just like Amber, especially like, you know, having a bow and everything. But anyway, let's go on to her elemental burst, right? Her elemental burst is called Celestial Shower. Coalesces atmospheric frost and snow to summon an Ice Soul gem that exercises evil. During its ability's duration, the Ice Soul gem will continuously rain down shards of ice, striking enemies within an AoE and dealing cryo damage. Also similar to Amber's elemental burst, because once you do her elemental burst, she literally summons a lot of fiery arrows to come down. Unlike that though, we're firing a lot of icy arrows to come down. So this is to be determined. I mean, not to be determined, but like to be determined if this character is going to be like another Amber, or this character is actually going to be God tier, because even though it sounds the same as Amber, doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Okay, so anyway, we have our passives. Refunds 15% of the ores. This is basically her map talent. And then we have this right here, Undivided Heart. After firing her Frost Flake arrow, the crit rate of subsequent Frost Flake arrows and their resulting bloom effect is increased by 20% for 5 seconds. So like I said guys, the Frost Flake arrow is right here. It's a charge attack. So when you charge this attack basically, right, the crit rate, once you shoot one, the crit rate of the next Frost Flake arrow basically is increased by 20% for 5 seconds. Which is really good, meaning you're gonna be critting a lot. I feel like she should be built with some crit damage. Like I said, we'll do her build for another video. Albedo's as well as GANYU's build will be for another video, guys, right? So now we have our second passive, which is Harmony Between Heaven and Earth. Celestial Shower grants 20% cryo damage bonus to active party members in the AoE. So basically, whoever's in the AoE gets a 20% cryo damage bonus, and that is really cool. That is actually really cool. That's a good little tiny support thing, right? So we also have our constellations down here, which you already know. I'm not really gonna go over the constellations because like it was already leaked. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about the constellations, and even if you don't, getting a constellation for a character in this game if you're free to play is pretty difficult. but it's okay. We're not going to talk about this today, and we'll probably save that for another video on constellations, whether they're broken or not, and whether you should actually invest in a constellation, right? So, let's go ahead and go over our boy Albedo. Also, before we go over Albedo, like I said, we're going to go over some Ganyu gameplay. As you can see in this gameplay, it's a little bit slanted and a little bit blurry, but she is doing her charge attacks that give the level 1 and level 2 effects, right? As you can see, when the frost thing goes above their head, that means they're having the frost flake. And each time she shoots this, she's basically increasing her crit rate by 20%. Now, I don't know if this 20% stacks, because it really says right here, basically after firing one of the arrows, the crit rate of the next arrow, basically resulting in the bloom effect. If it results in a bloom effect, the next arrow is increased by 20% for 5 seconds. I don't know if that stacks. I really would like to know, because if that does stack, she would have some like spiking crit rate, which would be really good for crit damage, right? So we'll definitely have to do some experiments on her when she comes out. Like I said, she's an amazing character from what it sounds. Even though she does sound like Amber, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be OP. She's gonna be a really strong character. So let's go ahead and wait for her to come. And for all you Ganyu simps, I know y'all are already hyped. So let's go ahead and go over Albedo though. Alright guys, here we have Albedo. His weapon is sword. His elements is Geo. Yes, we are getting another Geo character. Guys, his elemental skill is called Abiogenesis Solar Isotama. It has the following properties. When enemies within the Solar Isotama zone are hit, the Solar Isotama will generate transient blooms which deal AoE Geo damage. The damage scales off of Albedo's defense. So, wow, his damage is not like, you know, a shield scales off defense. It's actually his damage that scales off of defense. So the more damage you have, the harder this is gonna, the more defense you have, the harder his elemental skill will hit. That doesn't necessarily mean build him based off of defense. And then the transient blossoms can only be generated once every 2 seconds. When a character is located at the locus of the Solar Isotama, the Solar Isotama will accumulate Geo power to form a crystallized platform that lifts the character up to a certain height. Only one crystallized platform can exist at a time. Solar Isotama is considered a Geo construct, and also hold to designate the location of the skill. So we'll be going over that video really soon, because there is footage of his elemental skill and his elemental burst as well. So anyway guys, we also have his elemental burst, which is Rite of Progeniture. I'm just gonna say it like that. Progeniture. Okay? Tectonic Tide. Under Albedo's command, Geo crystals surge and burst forward, dealing AoE Geo damage in front of them. If a Solar Isotama is created by Albedo himself on the field, 7 fatal blossoms will be generated in the Solar Isotama area, or zone, bursting violently into bloom and dealing AoE Geo damage. Tectonic Tide damage, Tectonic Tide damage and fatal blossom damage will not generate transient blooms. So, guys, what I'm looking at is basically, so once you do his elemental skill, once you do his elemental burst, if you have your elemental skill on the field, it will produce 7 fatal blossoms that will be generated in the Solar Isotama zone, right? And then they burst violently into bloom and deal AoE Geo damage, right? So, and this will not generate the Tectonic Tide damage and fatal blossom damage will not generate transient blossoms, right? So basically, once you do your elemental burst, you could like blow everything up with your Solar Isotama if it's on the field. So you're gonna basically be nuking. Now, we don't know how good this is actually gonna be until he comes out. Like I said, we're just going over the character. He sounds good. Ganyu sounds really good. These characters sound promising. Now let's go ahead and go over his passives. This is for the map. We're not gonna go over that. And we have Calcite Might. Transient blossoms generated by Abiogenesis, Solar Isotama deals 25% more damage to enemies whose HP is below 50%. That's not bad. It's very situational, but that is not bad at all. It's going to do tons of damage, especially for those enemies below that 50% mark. Using Rite of Progeniture, Tectonic Tide increases the elemental mastery of nearby party members by 125 for 10 seconds. Wait. So once you use this elemental burst, you're going to be increasing elemental mastery by 125 to all your party members for 10 seconds? That is a lot of elemental mastery. Wow, that's actually, I don't know. Wait, that's a really good support right there. That's really good. That's really good. And here's his constellation as well. We're not going to go over this, but that is crazy. 125? That's a little bit broken if you don't ask me. Alright, let's go ahead and go over our boy's videos and look at his gameplay. Okay, so as you can see in this footage, he holds and does his elemental skill, and look, it lifts him up. That is actually pretty neat. Can be useful, similar to like how Zone Lee could shoot out that big old pole and climb it. It's very universal for map as well as, you know, attacking purposes, because he could jump off that and plunge. So that is really, really cool to see and to know about this character. That is very unique, and that is really about it for that, right? Also, before we go, this is also Ganyu's elemental burst. That's how it looks when she starts it up, and it's really cool. It's like a big, beautiful moon with a little fox on it or something, and she just rains down a whole bunch of ice arrows. Man, she is like a beefed up Amber, and look at that view. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, it looks really, really good. I'm telling you, Ganyu and Albedo are really anticipated. Y'all are really hyped for them, and I understand, but I'm gonna have to go over whether you should skip or summon this. This is gonna be a tough decision, guys. But honestly, it won't change y'all's minds for y'all simps. But I'm still gonna put in my opinion, right? So let's go ahead and look at Albedo's elemental burst before we go, because this looks really sick. I'm telling you, Ganyu, I'm definitely gonna be summoning on Ganyu. Okay, here we have Albedo's elemental burst. He just, look, boom, summons all those spikes, and like it said, if you have his elemental skill on the field, it'll immediately summon 7 of the blossoms and deal AoE geo damage, right? So that's gonna be crazy. And if you can't see, they're below 50% health, so it's gonna do more damage because of his passive, which is actually broken. So it's looking really good. 1.2 is looking really promising, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, but this is the big question. Should you skip or should you summon? With the release of 1.3 and 1.4, how insane they absolutely are, how meta changing they are and whatnot, we don't even know. Well, we have a speculation on some of the units that may be coming in 1.4 with Ayaka, but as of now we don't know them officially like we know Zhao's banner as well as, you know, 1.2's banners, as you can see. But it's probably going to be insane. Like, probably most likely in 1.4 we're gonna be getting some crazy new units that are crazy as well, you know. So anyway, should you skip or should you summon? Honestly, 1.2 is in December, so after that you would have January, February. You would have basically 2 months to grind primal gems back. You have 2 months to grind your primal gems back for Zhao if you want Zhao. And then you have 3 months to grind primal gems back to get Ayaka or whoever you want in the 1.4 or 1.3 update. Guys, 1.2, I'm going to summon. I'm definitely summoning for Ganyu, like 100%. I don't know about Albedo yet. He is kind of iffy, but like I don't want any more Geos. I have the boys Zone Lee. I don't know. I'll see. If y'all want those summons, y'all let me know in the comment section below, and I'll still do it, right? So we have Ganyu. Ganyu is just, I'm a simp now. I'm sorry, guys. I have felt. Okay, so I'm going to be summoning, but should you summon? Should you as a free-to-play player summon? No. 1.2 is a banner you should skip 100% because of the fact that after it, it's going to be insane units. Now, if you prefer Ganyu over Zhao, that is your opinion. That is what you like. This game is about preference. All these characters are good, but Zhao is absolutely broken, kind of. Unlike Ganyu's, I mean, Ganyu can be broken, but Zhao is like a different type of broken, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, it's up to preference at that point. If you want to summon for Ganyu, do it for a free-to-play player. But if you know you want Zhao right after, I feel like you should not summon. If you want Zhao and Ganyu, you have to settle for one, because I feel like 2 months may not be enough to get enough primal gems to get a full 10 or 9 pulls to get Zhao or have a 50% chance of getting Zhao, right? So what you should do is definitely keep that into consideration. If you want Ganyu, go for it. But if you want Ganyu and Zhao, you should probably stop right there, because you're going to probably not have enough primal gems to get Zhao once he comes out, and you're probably going to be really sad because he's the first transformation unit in the game, and also the first unit of his kind that does that much damage and does crazy attacks and whatnot. He looks so good. Like, I mean, I'm going to spend a lot, and I mean a lot of primal gems and a lot of money on Zhao to get his constellation at least to like probably 2 or 3, maybe, right? So you should skip. This is a fat skip for free-to-play players. I'm sorry, guys. This banner is really good. Like I said, I'm still summoning. But you should skip and save for Zhao and Ayaka, because those units are going to be insane. Ganyu's insane, but those units are a different type of insane, and I feel like you should really go all out for them. Definitely, like really all out. But like I said, you want Ganyu, go for it. There's nothing wrong with the character. Go for Ganyu if you want her. Go for Zhao if you want him. It's as simple as that. But in my opinion, I think you should save for 1.3 and 1.4. That is, it's as simple as that. So anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. I thank you to everybody who came out to watch this video. I hope this video gave you some insight on these characters, and I hope that you like make the right decision on who you want. Not even the right decision. I hope you make the right decision to you, whether you want Ganyu or whether you want to save for Zhao. Up to you, right? 1.2 comes starts December the 23rd, but we're getting Albedo first most likely, and then on January 13th we'll be getting Ganyu most likely. This can change. We may get Ganyu first and Albedo second. It may change. We don't know yet. We will see once this happens, but we have a couple of days until 1.2 is here, or a couple weeks, right? So y'all be ready. Y'all be ready, okay? Because we're getting new events, Dragon Spine. We're getting like a lot, like it's just gonna be primal gems and whatnot that we're gonna be able to farm. I'm sorry about my dog. So yeah, get ready, guys, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in 1.2 basically, and I'll also catch you guys in the next video. I hope this video helped you, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel to join those subscribers on the grind to 1,400, and also like this video down below if it did help you or you did enjoy this, and you're ready for the waifu Ganyu. Oh, that rhymes. You see, waifu Ganyu? That's kind of cool. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.